Once again, I came here with another practice session for you, which we have get the explanation in the previous class. Like simple past and past continuous. We got this explanation, and now we'll try to fill up these blanks by using our knowledge related to the simple past and past continuous. Okay. The first blank is the tsunami. Now in the blank you have to write down the change verb of break. The tsunami dash while the sailors dash the boat at a point of time. In the past, the tsunami actually broke. Okay, so we have to use the past tense of the break as broke. The tsunami broke while the sailors were rowing. If you remember, we have already used this auxiliary or helping verb with that ing gerund format for the past continuous tense, because here sailors are there, that means plural, so we are using were. If only sailor, we could have used was. Now, how dash you spend your childhood? Now this is asking to an adult, obviously. So the question format could be in the past tense, and I said you that no two past tenses can be used in the single sentence. So here is that if we are using this helping verb, how did you, then spend would be as it is. We should not change it to the past tense. We have to write down the present format of the simple present format of the verb. How did you spend your childhood? When dash you born? Now we have to use the be form. Be form in the past tense for the second person. So we have to write down here, when were you born? If it could be she here, when was she? Because according to the requirement we have to use the be forms. Next is Gandhiji dash in 1948. In the dash we have to fill up the pass away in a past form, simple past form. So we have to add ed over here. Gandhiji passed away. Okay, Gandhiji passed away in 1948. We are not supposed to put ed over here. Okay, here to the main verb. My father dash wait. We have to use the word wait here. For me, when I dash out of college. So at a particular time, when I, for the come, you have to change the verb. At a particular point of time, my father was waiting. Okay, my father was waiting. Are you getting the answers on your tip of tongue? Hope so. My father was waiting for me when I came. When I came out of college. Okay, here that shows at a particular time when I was coming out of the college, father was there, already stood there. So that means here at a particular time in the past it had happened. My father was waiting for me when I came out of college. I hope you are understanding this one. Now the next is the students dash. In the dash you have to add or put the correct form of shout. In the class during the recess. During the recess it happened. The students it is in a plural form. So we have to use The students were shouting. At what particular time? During the recess, during the short break. Yesterday, you have to use the correct form of go. To the theatre. Yesterday. Simple past. Yesterday I went. No need of any helping verb over here. Yesterday I went to the theatre. It rained when they reach past tense to be used home. It was raining. When it was raining? When they reached home. That means at a particular point of time, the action was in progress. It was raining when they reached home. Reached in the past tense, total. How long your brother stay in the US? Now it should be in the past tense, but we have to use helping verb in a past tense and main verb in a present tense, simple present. How long did? When, because as I said, no two past tenses can be used in a single sentence. How long did your brother stay in the US? If we want to add ed here, stayed, we are supposed to take this out. How long your brother stayed? It won't look proper grammatically. So we are adding did. But because we are adding did, we are removing ed. We are using the present form of the, as it is present form of the verb. I dash, now form of the do. See the car parked outside the garage. Now by seeing this particular ed, you get an idea that this sentence is in the past tense. So I here in the negative form. I didn't see or saw. Sure, it should be see. I didn't see the car parked outside the garage. Okay. So with that part we come to know this is the past tense. Once we'll repeat the whole sentences. So I hope you can understand it in a better way. The tsunami broke while the sailors were rowing the boat. When the tsunami broke, while the sailors were rowing the boat. How did you spend your childhood? The question is related to the past, that's why we have used did over there. But because did we use, so we are using only main form of the verb in a present form. Simple present. When were you born? I have given a clear explanation over this. What we would have to use if instead of you we would get the another like first person or the third person. Gandhiji passed away. If anything added to the main verb, also we have to add ed to the main verb, not to the other part. Any preposition or anything, whatever it is added, we are not supposed to add ed to that. We have to add ed to the main verb. In 1948, my father was waiting for me when I came out of college. This I have given a quite good explanation for that. So I hope you have understood. The students were shouting in the class during the recess. During the recess, the students were shouting. Yesterday, I went to the theatre. Yesterday. With that itself, you get an idea that it is the simple past. It was raining when they reached home. How long did your brother stay in the US? I didn't see the car parked outside the garage. Okay, so all these sentences I selected out few are from my own, few I have selected from your study material and your reader, but I wish everybody to make it a habit of practicing as soon as you watch the video. Immediately do that. Many of the sentences are there where you can able to practice it out, and if suppose somewhere you are doing a mistake, just encircle the number where you have done the mistake, and that sentence you should write down in your grammar book. As I said, maintain a grammar notes. In the grammar notes, write down that, because while you write, you remember the correct form of the sentence and you will never forget it out in your lifetime. So do this practice to be must done, and whenever, as I said, if you want, you can write down these sentences, and it's better. Write down the heading as a practice in all this simple past and past continuous, then write down the practice and then go ahead for these blanks. And some more are there in the study material. I think in reader also some are there in the textbook. So please check it out, and don't skip the ones which you are finding it hard. If you find that, okay, this sentence I couldn't able to complete, I couldn't able to put the proper grammar part or the verb form, so at that time again the same thing, encircle those, write down once again in the notes, and try to do it whenever you have a fresh mind. Don't practice it when you are feeling tired and all, otherwise you will lose the energy, enthusiasm to complete the part, because grammar needs your fresh mind. So I hope you people can get some energy into you and you can continue to do the practice. So in the next class we'll meet with the explanation of the next two categories of past tense, which we have completed already, two, simple past and past continuous. Now we have to go for the explanation of past perfect continuous and past perfect both. So we'll go for that explanation in the coming up class. By the time, take care, have a nice day.